Some love stories don't begin with fireworks. No dramatic declarations. No whirlwind romance. Just a simple moment, a glance, a smile. And a spark that quietly changes everything. This is the story of Mia and Lucas, two strangers from opposite sides of the world who met in London after high school and ended up building a life that most people only dream of. But before the vows and the years of laughter, there was distance. There was doubt. And a lot of love letters written between time zones. Mia had just graduated from high school in Toronto. As a graduation gift, her parents sent her on a student travel program to Europe. She was excited, nervous, and unsure of what the trip would bring. Lucas, from a small town near Manchester, was on the same tour group, a little quiet, tall, with messy hair and a sketchbook always in hand. They met on the second day, at the British Museum. Mia stood staring at an ancient Greek sculpture, and Lucas noticed her from across the room. He didn't speak to her. Not then. Mia. He was quiet, observant, and I was too shy to even say hello. But I kept noticing him noticing me. For the next few days, they orbited each other silently. A shy nod at breakfast. Shared space on the bus. But no words. Until, one rainy afternoon in Hyde Park, the group stopped to rest under a tree. Mia forgot her umbrella. Lucas had one. And he offered to share. Lucas. It was so awkward. I just blurted out, "You want to, not get soaked." Smoothest line of my life. That umbrella became their first little bubble. They talked about books, their hometowns, their dreams. He showed her his sketchbook. She told him she wanted to be a writer. From that moment, something shifted. They sat together at meals. Wandered side by side through the city. And even though the trip only lasted 2 weeks, it felt like the beginning of forever. Mia. I was falling for someone who lived thousands of miles away. And it scared me. When it was time to leave, they didn't make promises. Just a soft, unsure, "Let's keep in touch." And somehow, they did. What started as a few emails turned into daily chats, texts, long late-night video calls. They found ways to stay in each other's lives. They mailed handwritten letters. Mia kept all of them in a showbox under her bed. Lucas sent her playlists. She wrote him poems. They counted time in time zones. Fell asleep with phones to their ears. Celebrated birthdays and holidays through screens. It was beautiful. And brutal. Mia. There were nights I cried because I missed him so much. Days I wondered if we were just chasing a dream. But I loved him. More than I'd ever loved anyone. They planned visits. Saved money. Every few months, one of them would fly across the ocean. 2 weeks here. A month there. Each reunion was filled with warmth, joy, and the inevitable ticking clock. Lucas. The hardest part wasn't being apart. It was saying goodbye again. Every single time. 1 year. That's how long they managed. 1 year of goodbyes. Until one night, Mia called him, voice shaking. Mia. I don't want to do this anymore. Lucas's heart sank until she finished the sentence. Mia. I don't want to keep saying goodbye. I want to stay. She had applied to a university in the UK. And got in. A few months later, she moved to Manchester, into a tiny studio apartment with 2 suitcases and a heart full of hope. Mia. The first morning I woke up and knew he was just down the street, I cried. Happy tears. So many of them. The transition wasn't seamless. They had to learn how to be together without the cushion of distance. The small arguments. The different routines. The realness of everyday life. But love, when it's real, grows stronger with challenge. Lucas. It wasn't a fairy tale. But it was ours. And I wouldn't trade it for anything. 2 years later, Lucas proposed. It wasn't in Paris. Not on a beach. It was in their living room, while cooking pasta, with music playing softly in the background. And Mia said yes without hesitation. They've now been married for 7 years. 7 years of growing, building, supporting each other through job changes, family losses, big dreams, and quiet Sunday mornings. They still walk in the rain. Still read together. Still laugh about that umbrella in Hyde Park. And when asked what kept them going through the distance, through the doubt, through the years, MIA. We chose each other. Every single day. That's the secret. Some people say long distance never works. But maybe it's not about the miles. Maybe it's about the heart that refuses to give up. This is the love story of MIA and Lucas. A story that began quietly and continues loudly, joyfully, one rainy day at a time. Sometimes the smallest moments, sharing an umbrella, a glance across a museum, become the beginning of a lifetime. So, the next time you hesitate to speak, to reach out, to risk the awkwardness, the greatest love stories often begin in the quietest ways.